the bathroom, guys. If you give us a second, we'll take you to the station. You want to use the bathroom, okay? We'll take it quick. Is that fair? Yeah. All right. Deal with this officer from your rear. All right. Damn, what?
Of the law, the right decision was made. It's just that it's a damn shame that he gets to lean on the letter of the law. And the state of Nevada and the parole committee had to lean on the letter of the law because he's somebody that I believe doesn't only deserve to be in jail, he deserved to be under the jail.
Tank is done. Tank is hung him up, shoes off, get the bag, put a plaque up, he done. Tank is done.
When you say done, you mean like not fighting anymore?
Tank is checked out mentally. Tank is gone mentally. Tank looking for the big bag, of Jake Paul, Pacquiao, something solar, and he's looking to, hey, I'll see you later. Tank is standing. He's not gonna fight Shakur Stevens at all. At all. I don't care how much money Turkey offered, give him 4 Lamborghinis.
When news broke that Gervonta Tank Davis's fight with Jake Paul was officially canceled, the boxing world froze. This wasn't a routine delay or contract issue. It was serious. Days before the bout, a civil lawsuit accused Davis of domestic violence, kidnapping, and assault. Within hours, Jake Paul's team and Netflix halted all plans. The matchup, promoted as one of the biggest crossover events of the decade, boxing's bad boy versus YouTube star has now descended into chaos. Tank's career may be at risk. Here's what happened, what the allegations mean, and whether this could be the end for Gervonta Davis.
You know how much money he got? You know how hard it is getting out that bed to go run early in the morning in gym for hours, and you know you looking at 20 million easy. You own all this real estate. You rich. You don't have to do this ever again. Then the compounding interest, like let's say 20 million in the bank. He get 5% off of that, so he probably making 500,000 in interest. He's not even spending his money. So it's like, hell yeah, he out of here. What?
It all unraveled just 2 weeks before fight night. Gervonta Davis was deep in training for what was set to be a record-breaking Netflix showdown, Jake Paul versus Tank Davis in Miami. Then the lawsuit surfaced. Court filings in Miami-Dade showed Davis's ex-girlfriend, Courtney Russell, accused him of battery, aggravated assault, kidnapping, and false imprisonment. She claimed Davis attacked her at her workplace, a Miami club, and that it wasn't the first time. The suit alleges at least 4 prior incidents of assault and choking. Russell is seeking compensatory and punitive damages and says she is receiving treatment for PTSD from the alleged abuse.
Another domestic abuse allegation against Gervonta Davis, and that may either destroy, postpone, change the entire event. There's been a lot of allegations against Tank. When things like this happen over and over, I think this is his 4th or maybe 5th allegation of domestic abuse, you kind of start to have to look at the person that's being accused of such and go, why do you keep ending up in these situations? And the way it's described, we've even seen Tank do some of the things already on camera. I don't think that's something that Netflix is wanting to be a part of at that point. I don't know if Jake wants to be involved with somebody like that, which is why they're starting to look for potential.
The news immediately triggered alarm in Jake Paul's camp. Most Valuable Promotions, Jake's company, issued a statement saying they were reviewing the situation, but behind the scenes, the decision was swift. Within 48 hours, the event was canceled. While we will not be moving forward with this event, our plan still remains for Jake Paul to headline an event on Netflix in 2025, the statement read. In other words, they moved on from Davis immediately. If this had been his first legal issue, fans might have waited before judging, but it wasn't. In recent years, Davis's problems outside the ring have nearly rivaled his dominance inside it.
Boxer Gervonta Tank Davis out of jail tonight. The famous South Florida fighter bonded out less than an hour ago.
Now he's accused of assaulting his ex-girlfriend in front of their children. CBS News Miami's Trish Christakis is live at the jail in West Miami-Dade with details on the allegation.
20. Davis was arrested on domestic violence charges after a viral video showed him grabbing the mother of his child by the neck at a charity event. In 2022, he faced similar allegations and was arrested again, though that case was later dismissed.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
9, 10, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
In 2023, Davis was sentenced to 90 days of house arrest and 3 years of probation for a hit and run that injured 4 people in Baltimore. The incident raised concerns that Tank was losing control. He even served part of his sentence in jail after violating the terms of his house arrest.
You know, he got arrested. I mean, any thoughts on that one?
You did, huh? Again?
Yeah, again.
Yeah, you know, I mean, hey, look, I actually like Tank Davis. He's a good, he's a good kid. He's a good fighter, a great fighter, actually. He's one of my favorites. Yeah, just get your... That's it, basically. Just shit, you don't hit women, man. Yeah!
Now, in 2025, this new lawsuit casts an even darker shadow over Davis, threatening what's left of his reputation. Once it became public, everything changed immediately. Jake Paul's promoter, Nikisa Bidarian, released a statement saying MVP unequivocally condemns any form of violence and would be cutting ties with Davis entirely.
Officially canceling the fight, saying Most Valuable Promotions immediately initiated an investigation. No, I had the wrong one. Okay, I'm reading this one. Most Valuable Promotions and Netflix have announced that Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis, the one I was reading was the one from late last week, originally scheduled for Friday, November 14th at the Kaseya Center in Miami, Florida, will no longer be moving forward. Quote, our team has worked closely with all parties to navigate this situation responsibly, said Nikisa Bidarian, CEO of MVP. While we will not be moving forward with this event, our plan remains for Jake Paul to headline an event on Netflix in 2025. And that is what I'm hearing as well. They want him to fight in December. That is the hope. And they're actively looking for a opponent. More on that in a moment. Details regarding a new date, location, Jake's opponent, and additional bouts will be shared as soon as they are finalized. We thank Netflix, Kaseya Center, Seminole Hard Rock and Hotel and Casino for their partnership.
Sponsors also began quietly pulling back. Netflix removed the promotional teasers it had produced. And Showtime, a past partner of Tank's, went completely silent.
Pulled up to Tootsie's and up a girl, dragged her through the parking lot and in the face. And it's like, bro.
Okay.
Like,
wait, but how do you know that happened?
It's a lawsuit. Miami-Dade is coming. There's video, like everything, bro. He did this public. Like, you have to understand, this guy was sober.
The November 14th Miami card, set to be Netflix's next major event after Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson, has been fully canceled. Tank didn't just lose a fight. He lost a fortune. The purse was reportedly over $20 million, with Davis guaranteed an 8-figure payout, all of which is now gone.
The Jake Paul Tank Davis fight has officially been canceled. It is off. It is not happening on November 14th. It is not happening in 9 days' time in Miami on Netflix, and I don't think it's ever happening. So if you weren't a fan of this fight, I think you got your wish. Now,
while Gervonta Tank Davis's future remains uncertain, Jake Paul's team is already moving ahead. Reports suggest MVP is planning a new Netflix event for December, with potential opponents including Ryan Garcia, Nate Diaz, Andre Ward, Terrence Crawford, and Francis Ngannou.
Hey, Jake, pick up the phone, champ. I've been calling you. Pick up. Let's make the fight happen. Pick up the phone, man. Stop playing.
Jake's business sense has always been sharp. He knows how to turn controversy into promotion. This time, however, he's keeping his distance. We stand against violence. The show will go on, but not with Gervonta Davis, a Netflix spokesperson said. The statement carries weight when Netflix, one of the world's leading media companies, publicly distances itself. It affects more than just your paycheck. It impacts your reputation.
How is training for something like this? Obviously, smaller guy. How is this in the training aspect, Jake?
Yeah, just a lot of punching down, practicing, hitting below my knees, and a lot of speed.
He warming up.
We're
now.
sparring.
That's what we need.
We're sparring.
Warm up.
Some
I know
8-year-olds. I got the 8-year-olds in there.
If I find out anything, I'm gonna beat your ass and I'm gonna beat Jaden Love ass. On my mama, I'm gonna beat both of y'all ass. On my mama. And he laughing. He laughing.
What are you talking about?
What
does he have to do with this?
Let anything. You know what I'm talking about. Let anything. Nah, I don't have to say it right now. Don't worry about it. I don't gotta say it up here. Let anything happen. And I'ma show you and him. Bet.
It's striking how quickly things fell apart. Just months ago, Gervonta Tank Davis was being promoted as boxing's next big star. Despite a controversial fight with Lamont Roach, his power, marketability, and connection to Floyd Mayweather made him seem untouchable.
Can you describe what the feeling was like in the ring? And was it to get the towel out, to get the burn out of your eyes, or what was going on? And
I didn't want to get caught. I didn't want to get caught while my eyes was burning, and you can get knocked out like that. So I'd rather take the knee than But I didn't really know that you can get disqualified for all that, or when you start counting, I'm like, what the hell? But I don't know. It's cool.
He had mainstream appeal, crossover potential, hip-hop connections, celebrity fans, endorsements, and social media buzz. He was the face of boxing's new generation. But this could be the knockout he can't recover from. This isn't about losing in the ring. It's about being dropped by an entire industry. What concerns fans and insiders most is that this isn't just a PR nightmare. It could become a criminal one. While the civil lawsuit seeks only damages, the details could trigger criminal charges. The allegations include aggravated assault, kidnapping, and intentional infliction of emotional distress, serious crimes that could lead to prison if proven. Since the alleged incident occurred in Florida, a state with strict domestic violence laws, Tank's legal team is on high alert. So far, neither Davis nor his lawyers have commented. His social media is silent. No training clips, interviews, or statements. For someone who built his brand on aggression, the silence is telling. The boxing world's reaction has been immediate and divided.
Up on Gervonta. You heard it here first. Hit the thumbs up on the video. Make sure you share the video. The fight is off as we know it right now. Stay tuned for more.
Some fighters express sadness, saying Tank needs help. Others, like Ryan Garcia, didn't hold back.
I don't know if it's just because I'm getting older now or what, but I feel like Gervonta is a hell of a fighter, but he needs to get his mental together. When I hear some of his interviews and I see some of the stuff that he's saying, I can just tell that he's not in love with the sport no more. I can tell that he didn't get his just due. I mean, it was crazy to hear that he said he got evicted out of a house or something like that.
Some fighters voiced concern, saying Tank needs help, while others, including Ryan Garcia, were more direct and critical.
Pound for pound. We can do that. What we cannot do is debate who's the most exciting fighter, who's the biggest box office attraction in boxing. That would happen to be Gervonta Davis. We just got to accept it. I think that Frank Martin is a talented fighter. He'll make some things happen down the line in the future, but we'll never look at him the same after that destruction. Not to say that we won't respect him, but we'll never look at him the same because he got destroyed by Gervonta Davis. And that's no shame, that's no slouch, but damn, still in all, if you get destroyed, you get destroyed. Gervonta Davis is the #1 box office attraction. Who I want to see him against next is Shakur Stevenson. I don't want to see him against Devin Haney because Devin Haney has proven to me that he's not a good punch taker. I want to see Gervonta Davis in the ring with somebody perceived as having enough power to put him on the canvas too. That's what I want.
Gervonta Tank Davis entered 2025 with a record of 3-0-0-1 and 28 knockouts. He was expected to be the face of the lightweight division, a once-in-a-generation puncher with Mayweather-like explosiveness. But over the years, his toughest opponent hasn't been another fighter. It's been himself. Between courtroom appearances, suspensions, and public controversies, his career has been more stop and go than any champion should be. This time, a comeback may not be possible, because when you're fighting both the legal system and public opinion, winning in the ring won't be enough.
Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis, what's your thoughts on that? Just overall, do you feel like Gervonta Davis is more checked out than being checked in boxing right now?
¿Sentís que Gervonta Davis está más desenganchado del boxeo que enganchado con el boxeo, considerando lo que aceptó con Jake Paul?
Sí, totalmente.
So, where does Tank go from here? His future now depends on three factors. The outcome of the lawsuit, which could lead to an indefinite suspension of his license. Public redemption. He'll need to rebuild trust to return to the ring. And promotion politics. Most major promoters steer clear of fighters facing active legal investigations.
Really not happy with Tank. First off, don't watch Tank. Don't do it. You know what I'm saying? You support it, then what you doing? You can't not support and support at the same time, right? So if you're a boxing purist, then this fight with Roach is really more for you. It's going to be more up your alley, you know? If you just like all entertainment, all fights, all hypes, all everything, then you're going to want to tune in to the Tank and Paul show there, you know, because that's all for entertainment. What does it say? For entertainment purposes only, right? It's just say like somewhere in the small print of the promotion. For entertainment, don't do this at home, kids. You know, so fine.
Disclaimer.
Yeah, disclaimer. For entertainment purposes only, you know. So it's money-making purposes only. You know, it is what it is, people.
This situation raises a long-standing question in boxing. How much can the sport overlook for talent? From Mike Tyson's arrest of Floyd Mayweather's domestic violence cases, boxing has a history of protecting its top earners. But with streaming platforms like Netflix now involved, the rules are changing. Netflix doesn't need Tank Davis. They have Jake Paul, Tyson, and Crawford. They don't need controversy. They need ratings and brand safety. For the first time in Tank's career, there may be no one left to save him.
About what it does for the sport, I think, and I get it. Like I was very open and honest with my last fight and the things around it. Tried not to be before because I didn't want anyone to, you know, not be excited for what was a good fight on paper, definitely. But when you kind of lose that love for the craft and the discipline and getting in the ring don't mean as much as it did when you was growing up and on the way up. I've kind of seen that in Tank. Now, he had a hard fight against Lamont Roach Jr. and that might have been a part of it. Like, wow, man, this is getting hard against fighters that I think I'm levels above, and turned out on the night that I wasn't. And not only that, with prize fighters, I hope for the little people of the world, I hope Jake Paul gets absolutely starched.
It's heartbreaking because in the ring, Tank was extraordinary. His speed, timing, and one-punch knockout power reminded fans that boxing still had magic. But outside the ring, he couldn't escape his demons. Now, his career hangs in limbo with suspended fights, legal trouble, and a damaged public image. Regardless of whether the allegations are proven, the impact is already being felt.